The 9 athletes as well. They set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200-meter runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Baspitai of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 meters. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Neta of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland, but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis, there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to do here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side, too, from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there on the near side, I think. Probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half and just hung on there because it was...
The women's 100-meter final at the recent athletics meet in Poland was a captivating display of raw speed, athletic prowess, and fierce determination. Scheduled as the marquee event of the evening, it brought together an impressive field of top-tier sprinters, each with distinct strengths and ambitions. But it was Jamaica's emerging star, Tia Clayton, who commanded the spotlight with an electrifying run that wowed spectators and affirmed her rising status on the global stage. Hosted in Kavita, Poland, the competition had stirred local excitement, largely due to the presence of national icon Ewa Swoboda. A former European indoor gold medalist, Swoboda was heavily promoted in the lead-up to the event, her face seen on billboards throughout the city. She carried the expectations of a passionate home crowd hoping to witness a dazzling performance. However, the race proved challenging for her, as she couldn't find her trademark explosive start and failed to secure a top-3 finish. The final featured a formidable group of competitors from across the globe. American veteran Jenna Prandini, renowned for her strength in the 200 meters and boasting a personal record of 10.9 seconds, was among them. Although she had previously finished 7th at the London Diamond League, she remained a respected threat. Another standout was Jamaica's Natasha Morrison, who clocked 11.1 seconds earlier in the season but had a lifetime best of 10.85, marking her as a podium contender. Gambia's Gina Bass, an Olympic semi-finalist, also had ambitions to upset the field. At just 21 years old, Tamari Davis of the United States brought both speed and reliability, having run 10.8 seconds at her best. Her strong form included a runner-up finish in Monaco, putting her in contention for a medal. Other accomplished sprinters included Imanilara Lancequot of Great Britain, the Ivory Coast's Marie-Josée Ta-Lou-Smith, and Daryl Nata, who had placed 4th and 5th in the Olympic 100 and 200 meters respectively. But it was the youngest athlete in the field who emerged as the standout. Tia Clayton, the 20-year-old Jamaican talent, came into the event as one of the least experienced but delivered like a seasoned pro. Racing out of lane 8, she put together a technically perfect run, clocking an astonishing 10.83 seconds. Not only did this secure her the win, but it also marked a personal best and stood as the 5th fastest time in the world that season. Her ability to remain composed and deliver under pressure was striking. Considering the depth of talent around her, Clayton's win was even more remarkable. Though not as physically imposing as some of her opponents, she showcased exceptional mechanics and surged powerfully through the closing meters. The finish was razor close, with only hundredths of a second separating the top 3. The official times, 10.83, 10.83, and 10.84, highlighted the intensity and closeness of the contest. For Clayton, this triumph was a clear signal to the sprinting world. At just 20, she has already shown that she can challenge and beat world-class athletes. Her steady rise and consistent performances are positioning her as one of track and field's most thrilling prospects. Many experts see in her the potential to become one of the next generation's most dominant sprinters, capable of claiming major global titles. Young athletes like Clayton are breathing fresh life into the sport. With the 2025 season on the horizon, there's growing anticipation about her continued growth and that of other up-and-coming talents. Track and field thrives on rivalries and the constant push for faster times, and with more young stars rising, the pace is only increasing. While Usain Bolt's world record still stands tall, runners like Clayton might be edging closer to rewriting history. Clayton's rise is emblematic of a broader generational shift occurring in women's sprinting. As veteran stars begin to transition toward the twilight of their careers, athletes like Tia are stepping up to claim their place. Her combination of youth, discipline, and natural talent makes her a dangerous opponent on any stage. What sets her apart is not just her raw speed, but her maturity in high-pressure situations. Many sprinters take years to master the psychological demands of elite competition, but Clayton appears to thrive under the spotlight. With the World Championships and Olympic Games on the horizon, the stakes will only grow higher. Clayton's performance in Poland is likely just the beginning of a series of breakout moments. If she continues to develop at this pace, she could become the face of Jamaican sprinting's next era, following in the footsteps of legends like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Elaine Thompson-Herah. For fans and analysts alike, the question now isn't whether Tia Clayton will win big titles, but how soon.